Good afternoon, everybody. This is Cruiser Chris from the Cruiser Chris World Network. Today we have the pleasure of having a ILS worker and an ILS coordinator here to talk about what she does as part of her job. We'll take a moment and get everything set up, and we'll be right back with you. Today we have the ILS worker and ILS coordinator here. We're going to conduct an interview with her. If you could please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name's Tracy Riley. I'm an ILS coordinator.
Okay. An ILS worker.
When I was a lot younger, I was a job jumper and I went from fast food to a couple of different interesting jobs. And then I became an ILS worker. And that was kind of like teaching people how to be independent and doing things for themselves. So it was showing them, teaching them, repetition. And it just really stuck, and I really like my people that I work with, and they like me, and we get along very well, and we get what needs to get done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's another question. You said you were a job jumper for your first job. How many years have you been an ILS worker?
ILS worker I've been for about 15 years, and only the last 3 years I've been a coordinator.
Okay. Uh, so you've been in this field for 18 years. So the next question I'm going to ask you is, why do you think you've lasted this long in this field compared to your other jobs?
Because you kind of get to make your own schedule within reason, and you just have a lot more flexibility. I'm not in an office behind a computer. I drive a lot and I like driving. I like the challenges of fighting with insurance companies and different things like that. And seeing my people progress in their independent lives. So it's a lot of fulfillment.
Very good to know. Um, what are some of the things that when you do an intake you have to do with a client?
There's a lot of paperwork, the bills of rights, and then having that company have personal medical stuff about you that we need to know. It is important, like what medication everybody is on, what are the side effects, how long have they been on it. Is there other better stuff out there, that they could try, or, it depends on a lot of different aspects. And the paperwork and the client goals is one of the main things I focus on. They come up with it, I only write it up. But what they want to achieve in their lifetime, or even short term, 3 months from now, they want to learn how to work on a computer or type or learn how to cook a pancake. It can be complex stuff to simple everyday things that we take for granted a lot of times.
Like, for just an example, for me, when I first started doing ILS, I wanted to do YouTube stuff. So you're helping me to learn how to do YouTube stuff.
Yep, and we're kind of learning that one together because I like computers, but I don't know about phones and microphones and speakers and green screens. And so, yeah, I learn new things all the time. My clients teach me stuff all the time. It's not just me teaching them stuff.
Yeah. Uh, um, what if you could change three things about your job in the field that you're in now, what would they be and why?
I think there's so many different titles. Like, okay, homemaking should have their own category, and then I think it should be like in-home services, you know, because there's ILS, there's companion, there's PCA, there's a few others I can't even remember. But I mean, I just think a lot of our job titles and what we do are a lot of the same thing. PCA, they do more for the client. ILS teaches the client. And I think putting the two fields together, the client would benefit if they had support in helping them clean their own house, and what they can do. And then what the parts that they obviously can't do, then we step in and do. But they're a part of the whole process from start to end.
Um, Another question. You said you've been in this field for nearly 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
What what did you used to do in the beginning that maybe over the years that has changed, and now you don't do that anymore? Or you used to do something one way and you now do it differently? What I guess the question here that I'm trying to say, and I'm getting kind of used to the interviewing process, so bear with me, folks, is what are some of the differences between when you came into the field as an ILS worker and what you used to be able to do to what you do now?
It hasn't changed a whole lot. The only thing that has changed is now I know a lot of companies, they have you bring like an iPad. The client has to, either stamp or write their initials on a computer thing to verify that you were there from start to finish. But yeah, that's the only main thing that I know of that's changed.
Okay. What what do you think sets Sedfrig apart from the other companies that you've worked for in this field?
There's a lot of different, each company has their own way and style. One company I worked for, on the client's goals, they wanted a percentage. Did they complete it 90%, 65%, 72%? Another one is just, yep, we worked on that, we worked on that, we worked on that. So those are two, variations. I like that we worked on it, besides, I don't really care for the percentage thing. um, so I like just doing that we, did this, did that, and that we accomplished this and that. And what else? Well, company-wise, they're all, one might have been around for 20, 30 years. The other one might have been around. My company hasn't been around all that long. So they're new to the whole ILS part of the industry. So I'm helping them and they're helping me. And pay-wise, usually it's about $17 an hour. So you're not going to get rich, but it's a great part-time job if you're looking, while the kids are in school, a few days a week. You're taking people, you're picking them up, taking them shopping, medical appointments, so.
What is the application process for Sedfrig? Obviously, can you fill one out online, or can you fill one out online, and is there any like background check you have to pass to?
You have to pass a background check. That's the only thing that you have to do is pass a background check.
Okay. Um, what kind of a personality do you think an ILS worker needs to have?
Well, they should have morals of, not abusing the clients or taking advantage of them in any way, shape, or form. Um, and everybody's got different I'm kind of military. um, I like being there at a certain time, doing this, doing that, And other people are just more flexible. They're like, oh, well, we did this way, and now we're going to do it, turn it around and do it the other way. It kind of whatever the client wants to and their personality. So people are people, and we're not all going to get along, but it's called respect and, working with each other.
What kind of worker do you think would work well with this position? Like college student? Um, oh,
College students, somebody that wanted to go into the healthcare field, this would look good on their resume. People that are in, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of probably, you know, it's a great, part-time job because it is pretty flexible where everything else is, you got to start at this time and you have to end at this time. Some clients only want to see you for 3 hours. Some want to see you for 10, I mean, so you can usually, between the two of you, work something out.
okay, very good. What could you describe the variety of the different clientele that you might serve in this field?
Say that again.
Could you describe obviously it's a different variety of clientele. Like, what can somebody expect to do on a day-to-day basis coming into a client's house?
Oh my goodness, I do so many different things. Sometimes I never even enter the client's house. They jump in my car and we're going from one appointment to the next, whether it's getting their DMV, their ID, the medical appointment, food shopping, you know, clothing shopping, everything that they need to do. I do have clients that do drive. You can't ride in their car, but so they'll go little places, but sometimes they just want a worker because they're unfamiliar with the area, or they go in a crowded place. I mean, there's just random reasons why they want you and my clients usually feel comfortable. And when we go into a new place that might be kind of scary for some people, um, we walk in like, we own the place.
Yeah, that's interesting. What's most rewarding for you working in this field?
Seeing my clients independent grow, that, something we've been working on for, you know, almost a year now. Your YouTube stuff and how many followers you have, and I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, yeah, and it's only going to get more popular,
Right.
I think, with
Hopefully.
doing interviews like this. That's the hope. So, when you retire, which we hope isn't for a long time, because we would miss you, what do you want to be remembered for?
Well, I hope my clients just remember, the good times that we had. I mean, we laugh, and that they know that I've always tried to be there for them in support, whether they need to call me and just vent, that I'm there to talk to them. Um, that all of the good times and the memories that we've created. A lot of my clients I've worked with, uh, the newest one's probably 2 years old, and other ones over 10. So, I mean,
It's a wide variety of,
yeah,
sounds like a wide variety of clientele that you work with.
right.
Um, How much can somebody expect to make in this field?
About $17-18 an hour for no experience walking off the street. If you have experience, you might be looking at 19-20.
Okay. Uh, do you have to have any like CPR or first aid certifications or anything like that?
I am not certified anymore. I do watch YouTube videos and I'm pretty up to date on it, but as officially certified, no, I am not.
Would you as a company? Like,
No, they're not. Unless, yeah, not right now, because it's not really a requirement. If there was an emergency happening, we would call 911. We would do, um, everything. You do need to know first aid, and they train you that. So, how to help and assist, somebody that got hurt or,
okay. Um, okay. If people wanted to apply for a position, how would they go about doing that?
They could contact me. My name again is Tracy Riley, and my cell phone number is 763-732-9100. So, yeah, call me if you're looking for a part time job, few hours while your kids are at school. Be perfect.
Do you have to be a certain age in order to work in this field?
You have to be 18 to be an ILS worker because we do drive clients around. We want to, make sure that you're a safe driver, you're fully insured, so.
Um, Obviously, if something happens to one of the clients while you're on shift, what should you do?
Call 911 and you will fill out a incident report ASAP. And then call me.
Could you explain what a mandated reporter is?
A mandated reporter is somebody that if they see some vulnerable adult being taken advantage of in a financial way, or a child that's being neglected water, food, that you would call. You could call me. You could call the Anoka County. I don't know what the number is right offhand, but you can report it to.
We'll put that number in the description box.
Yeah.
Um, so basically, if you're a mandated reporter, because we're classified as vulnerable adults, that people that are clients in this field, you would be required. It's not like if somebody said that they were going to cause harm to themselves, you could just leave it alone. You have to. You're mandated reporter. The that's what the word mandated reporter is. You can't just you can't just say, oh, Johnny said he was. This is just an example. Johnny said he was going to jump off a cliff. Oh, I'm going to go, but I'm going to go home and be with my kids. You have to stay with Johnny until you get law enforcement or paramedics there and then get him to the hospital. So, anything else you would like to add, Tracy?
No.
Okay. Well, this has been a presentation of the Cruiser Chris World Network. We would like to thank Tracy Riley for coming out and doing the interview with the Cruiser Chris World Network to kind of try and give people an idea of what her job is like on a day-to-day basis. If Tracy, well, I'm going to have you give out your contact information one more time.
Again, my name is Tracy Riley. It's 763-732-9100. And I answer my phone from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay, so anybody out there in YouTube land or Facebook land or social media world, if you happen to see this video and you're interested in this type of work, give Tracy a call, and she'll get you started. Thank you, Tracy Riley.
Thank you.
Okay. This has been a Cruiser Chris World Network presentation. If you like what you've seen, please like, subscribe, and share. And leave an organic comment so that we know that you showed up here. And that makes it easier for us to come back to you and visit your house and give you the same kind of reward. Please stay tuned for the next video. Take care, everybody.